Next question is from James G on LinkedIn. Yeah, I take questions on LinkedIn, baby. Okay, I think I said this before, and it was the same guy. This dude, he hits me up on LinkedIn. I'm creeping on every corner of the internet. I'm not on TikTok yet. I don't have enough time, you guys. I feel like it could be beneficial. I don't have enough time to do TikTok as well. I have a senior brewer here that's been in the biz like 20 plus years, and he just recommended something to help save us on CO2 and chemicals. We're spending money like we own government contracts. He said that a notable brewery he used to work for, they would leave freshly emptied brites charged with CO2 at a temp in the 70s or so, basically unclean for the next batch of the same style coming through next. They set a limit, maybe 4 or 5 times, then they would do a full clean. It saved them a ton on CO2. I'm considering this as an option for our 3 biggest movers if there aren't any major quality issues to consider. Our biggest tanks are 180 barrels and 120 barrels, which are almost always filled with the same 3 top-selling brands. If this is a viable option, it would definitely be a cost savings for us. You were the first person I thought of for some insight thoughts. So, kind of you. I've heard about this before. Again, usually I'm talking like pub brewer stuff, but this is bigger. And Matt, yes, I do take questions from Instagram as well. Not that I catch them all, but yes, I do farm questions there as well. You've seen me use this book before, but we're going to look at the book called Brewery Cleaning by Richard J. Wrench, which was issued by the MBAA. In that book, in table 3.2, they recommend for cleaning brite tanks, for brite beer tanks, BBTs. Clean after each use or up to 10 fills. Acceptable to clean with either 2 to 3% blended caustic at 158 F or acid at ambient. Now, there's some things that we're talking about right here. I'm at a 15-barrel brew house. Maybe you're at a 7-barrel brew house, a 3-barrel brew house, a 10-barrel brew house, or a 30. I don't know. And you might not have a lab. I think what you really need to be doing in this situation is you're essentially emptying a tank and filling it again with the identical brand. If your lab is on point, you're absolutely fine doing that. First of all, the MBAA says so. That's reasonable. If you're getting clean beer, into those tanks and it's the same brand, you can absolutely save tons of money on that, whether that be a chemical savings or a CO2 savings. If you use acid to clean those brite tanks, there can be a savings on CO2 as well. Because remember, if you are using caustic, you need to be able to vent that thing completely because you will be denaturing your caustic. You could also be creating a situation where you draw a vacuum on your tank and you don't want to be imploding anything. So yeah, I think was that everything that I had for that? Yes. So yeah, man, James, I hope that makes sense. And some of you that might make you break out a little bit. And I think some of us that are used to brewing on a smaller scale like that, you're putting different beers in different tanks all the time. I think that stuff makes sense when you have good tight lab practices and you're on the ball. Some of this stuff might be beyond some of us on our scale. So I might recommend to avoid that because I don't know if the cost savings would make up for you having, losing a batch. I don't know. That's just me. But James, thank you for the question. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you feel as if you got any value out of the video, please like and subscribe. There are also other videos that you can watch. They're gonna maybe be over here or over here. Appreciate you watching.